Why, hello there. Hi. Welcome to another Troubadork non-commute pandemic coping mechanism show. Today's show is brought to you by the letter A. A. It's an old joke, but it's one of my favorites. And this is one of those where I started to write down songs. It's like, oh, there's kind of a common thread here, and then I reached real far to figure out what I could do with that thread, and here we are. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, the shaker comes in, like, I was trying to make it so that it would just, like, be just a little bit too far, and then we'll make that go a little farther, because it's all fun and games until somebody runs a joke into the ground, and then it becomes a sport, because you can keep score. So, today, I just tuned this thing. Let's see if it's still tuned. The weather is being weird and it's affecting the nylon strings. There we go. We will start with Alabama, and then we will go to Arch-Nemesis, and then we'll go to All I Want, and then we'll go to Spiders. If you've never heard the Spiders song, you're in for a treat. If you have heard the Spiders song, I hope you're still in for a treat. I'm also checking to see what the sound levels look like, because I have taken out a couple of things. I've taken out some squelching, and I've taken out some noise reduction, because when I was doing the show for TFF, they said that those things were causing weird behavior on their end. So I figured I'll take it out, and if nobody complains, we're going. That's true. Today is Taco Tuesday. We could do soft tacos. We have the stuff to make the chipotle chicken soft tacos. We even have beans and Mexican corn. And we even have some small corn tortillas, which we can then steam up and do it properly. So today, we will go to a place where you can actually get decent tacos if you know where to look. We're going to go to Alabama. I know, right? It's a Buffett tune I haven't done for a while, so we're going to see what happens. Never try to keep the wild ones home. But mister, don't just sit there and wait. Go out on the town, making all of the rounds. It won't matter if you're your own date. Vacant, the occupied, sat on the beach till my body got fried, dreaming of your pretty eyes up in South Carolina. I can't pronounce my R's and G's when I'm speaking Southernese. Honey, come and do me again. smile. Young girls giggling all the while. That's not my cup of chowder. I go for candlelight, cold champagne nearly every night. Honey, do a little toast for me and you. Honey, why couldn't you have taken that non-stop train? I'm hungry, and I really want to see you again. Oh, it's a hat! Appropriate for this song, I think. The bridge. I know it's getting late. Waiter keeps staring at your empty plate. Waiter D keeps telling me, sir, she's just not coming. What the hell does Garcon know? We've been through all this before. Honey, come and do me again. Honey, why couldn't you have taken that non-stop train? I'm hungry, and I really want to see you again. Vacant, occupied, sat on the beach until my body got fried, dreaming of your pretty eyes up in South Carolina. I can't pronounce my R's and G's when I'm speaking Southernese. Honey, come and do me again one more time. Well, now, honey, come and do me again. Oh, 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 oh. Well, now, honey, come and do me again. Alabama. Oh, you know what? I was going to do Stars Fell on Alabama and I wound up doing Honeydew. What the heck is wrong with me? That is wrong. I am incorrect. I will have to do Stars Fell on Alabama tomorrow and make a note of the fact that I did Honeydew instead of Stars Fell on Alabama. No, well, yeah, it's just I had a brain fart is what happened. So I have completely blown the whole theme of the show in one swell poop. That's all right. We will retroactively fix it, and no one will know the difference. Right? That's right. We'll fix it. We'll clean it up in post-production. That's what we'll do. Whoa, that's really large. Let's move it over. Yeah. There. All right, so that's what I actually did. Silly me. You know something there, Ariel? I do see that it's on, that we are on YouTube, and it is coming up. I got at least one person watching there, so it's very odd. Yeah, well, it should be on YouTube, youtube.com/MPLEGARE. If I scroll back through the chat here, I see that I got at least one person watching me on there. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to tell you there. Technology is weird. Life is hard. Things are challenging. I'm wearing a hat. That's pretty much everything I know about the circumstance at this moment. But we will try very hard for me to do the next song as planned, as opposed to what I just did, which is doing a song that I did on autopilot. I entirely did on autopilot. I was going to do Stars Fell on Alabama, which I haven't done for a long time. And I've just fell into Honeydew because it's just one of those songs that I can do, like, you know, in any state of mind. And apparently my current state of mind is do Honeydew instead of Stars Fell on Alabama. I don't know. It's a day. It's Tuesday. And yet, in a way, it's Monday. In so many ways. All right, so let us do the next song. The next song is called Searching for My Arch-Nemesis, which is a love song, sorta. This one I had fun with. I was inspired to do it by a couple of things I had heard recently, and I just recently discovered something. So I usually play it on the baritone ukulele, but there are going to be days when I only have one instrument, or only feel like bringing out one instrument. So it's like, okay, what happens if I try to play it on this thing? And it had me a little revelation. We tune because we like you. And the revelation is this. The B chord, when you do this, if you just move one finger over, you get a G chord. Oh yeah, I forgot about that, because that's F, F sharp, G. And now you're playing Hendrix. No, so we got G and F. And then, of course, E, you can play it a couple of different ways, but that's one way to play it. And then the A minor 7th chord, which is what I use for other, is the easiest chord in the world for the ukulele. I am now going to show you how to play the very challenging A minor 7th chord. That's it. That's also a C6, by the way. It uses the same notes, but it uses it in a different order. And if you follow that logic, we got nothing. I have no idea. I'll get the words in a minute. Searching for my arch-nemesis. Don't want another soulmate, it's just too much fuss. I'm searching for my arch-nemesis. Forever war begins with two of us, and through the ages we'll fight to forever. No matter what, we will be together. If that ain't love, then I don't really know what is. I'm searching for my arch-nemesis. A soulmate's too much trouble, I'll just take a miss. I'm searching for my arch-nemesis. All mutual loathing brings mutual bliss. They always say that love is a battlefield. Let's get the love and get right to what is real. You thwart my plans and I'll thwart your plans back too. I'm searching for my arch-nemesis. We'll be joined together in adversarial bliss. I'm searching for my arch-nemesis. Our destinies are linked, always comes down to this. And whether I have the high ground or low ground, I always want that person to be around. My anchor in the seas of uncertainty. I know that you are out there somewhere, floating high above the clouds or in an underground lair. I know that you are out there somewhere. Our rivalry will flourish beyond all compare. And through the ages our fights will be told in song. Never ending, they'll just go on and on. Loathing is love if you hold it long enough. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Still working on it, but I'm feeling pretty good about that one. I think I may have to transcribe it vocally because I am a tenor, and this one is right down there in the low end of that. Either that, or I just have to not worry about projecting so much. If I do it in an actual show, I'll have the microphone right here next to my face. So I always wonder what picture they're going to choose for the thumbnail, and I think that one might just be it. So I can just kind of murmur into it. Right now, the microphone, in case you're curious, is in fact located right here, just barely off camera. If I pull it this way, there it is now. I'm keeping it out of shot, but in front of me, because of this is the way I set it up for TFF, and I figured, it works, and we'll go with that. So, the next song that I'm going to do is one that I have done before. And it is, it was what I wrote as the Renaissance Fair equivalent to Internet Famous, which if you've not heard Internet Famous, I will probably do that this week as well. But it's basically about the fact that there is this vast field of entertainment, and I am completely obscure in it. I don't mind at this point. 53 now. I have been pushing to be a professional, part-time professional performer for 18 years. Longer if you count the additional 10 years that I spent doing Renaissance Fair and doing other people's projects. So I figured that I can drift back into becoming being an enthusiastic amateur. And but I still wouldn't mind being famous just a little bit, even if it's in like the tiny little sub-niche of a sub-niche of a sub-niche in the Venn diagram. That is fandom overall. But the song is called Troubadork Ballad, because that's what it is. And I did add another verse because I felt like it seemed a little short. I wrote this one last year fairly early in the whole non-commute show process. And I wrote it too high. So I tuned it back up to an F. Let's see if I... Oh, good news! The strings are actually falling out of tune again. I don't know what's going on here. There we go. It's the weather. I'm going to blame the weather. But, F is in my key. Because I'm a tenor. Just another idiot in burlap wandering through a blasted pasture, trying to attract attention from the people in the Shire. Another idiot in burlap acting out to get some attention, just wants to be famous, if only for a while. 'Cause all I want is for everyone to love me. All I need is for everyone to care. All I desire is just unbridled admiration. I wanna be the most important person at the fair. Got the acting bug in high school, pretty costumes, they look so cool. Hitched my wagon to the fair to see where I could go. These villagers are my sis and brothers, all shouting louder than the others, because they ran fair, everyone's the star of their own show. 'Cause all I want is for everyone to love me. All I need is for everyone to care. All I desire is just unbridled admiration. I wanna be the most important person at the fair. Worked all year to make my costume, hand-sewn every single button. The research that went into this just borders on obscene. So pardon me if I sound grumpy, but I feel so blasted frumpy. Why does that one get all the attention just 'cause she's the queen? 'Cause all I want is for everyone to love me. All I need is for everyone to care. All I desire is just unbridled admiration. I wanna be the most important person at the fair. Want this fire to go away, playing safe so we can go play. Staying at home all year long has got me rough. No shows and I feel quite pathetic from this stupid old pandemic. Get me out into the fair and let me do my stuff. 'Cause all I want is for everyone to love me. All I need is for everyone to care. All I desire is just unbridled admiration. I wanna be the most important person at the fair. Come on, amigos! All together now. All I want is for everyone to love me. All I need is for everyone to care. All I desire is all your attention right now. I wanna be the most important person at the fair. I wanna be the most important person in this chair. I wanna be in a winter's tale except pursued by a bear. So that fourth verse, we now have a fourth verse, and I'm happy about that. The pandemic verse, as it were. This song will probably get longer as we go because there are more and more things that we can do with it. I like that. Yes, the queen reigns, the king agrees with the queen. Happy queen, happy kingdom, as they used to say back in the day, probably in Latin, because that was the song, the language that all the fancy people use. We are, in fact, planning to pay a visit or two to a couple of events that are historically themed here in Texas, because my lovely wife and I have gotten both of our Pfizer COVID shots in the arm. I actually still have like 2 marks, 1 and 2. No, it's 1 and this. It was like, that was a lot darker beforehand, but I have gotten both of them. No mutant powers, sorry. No wings, no tails. No ability to purr. That one really irritates me. Because I firmly believe, folks, I don't want to get off on a rant here, but I firmly believe that if human beings had the ability to purr, like cats do, there would be far less conflict in the world today. Seriously. You can imagine it. It's late. It's at a, you're at a bar or a club or something that normal people go to, and there's 2 guys getting angry. They're yelling at each other, starting to get really mad. You just wander in the middle of it and just purr, and they're both gonna, after a while, go, aw, let me pet you, and, I honestly feel that this would be a power for good. And now we have come, post-rant, to the moment you've all been waiting for, the last song in the Tobias the Adequate Troubadork show for the day. I must warn you, I have a graphic for this now. I didn't used to have a graphic for it, but I have a graphic for it now, and it's... You see, my friend Lucky, who will in fact be working at Sherwood Forest Fair, not as captain of the kitchens, but in a different capacity, so I have to go find them, posted once on social media that whenever they encounter a jumping spider, they always name that spider Fernando. Now, I had just recently learned the G minor chord. It's a good chord. I didn't know what it was initially. I just thought I was screwing around because this is F7. I just moved it over 1. Because as a rule, if you have a ukulele, or ukulele, and you play a chord in one area, if you move it over, you're probably going to get a decent sound. Because the ukulele is tuned to make it very hard to mess up. So I found this. And then they said they named it Fernando. It's like, Fernando. Oh, now I have to write a song. And I thought, well, Fernando, I think it should be in the style. Or at least sound vaguely like. It could be in the style of flamenco. So I had to learn 4 flamenco chords. Because I'm a dilettante. And then I did. I should show you the graphic. If you are arachnophobic, now's a good time to just listen. It's going to show up right over here. Behold. Fernando. Yes. If you've never heard this before, 8 little eyes and 8 little legs and 1 heart big as a tree. This tiny valiant jumping spider is a boon companion to me. Fernando, the jumping spider. He's friendly. Don't get carried away. He doesn't want to make you cry, to scream, shout, or to bellow. When he hops up and lands on your shirt, he just wants to say, hello! Fernando, Fernando, the jumping spider. He's friendly! He is just looking for an amigo, he don't want to make you cry. But when he leaps up to say hola, you might just scream really high. Fernando, Fernando, the jumping spider. He's friendly! Fernando. I'll wait for you all to recover. Yeah. Flamingo chords are ones that stand on one foot and eat shrimp. Yes! Oh, I have not eaten shrimp for a while. We have shrimp. We have pasta. We have shrimp. We can make the shrimp pasta thing. We are mostly this... Fernando is one of my favorite songs. And my goal, and I think you all understand why, is that if I get enough people come to the show in person who have seen this show online, when I play Fernando, there is going to be a moment where a certain percentage of the audience who knows what's coming will wait until that third verse. And then suddenly there will be this great bellow, tree-shaking, sky-rattling shout of, "He's friendly!" And the rest of the audience will all leap a foot in the air. And I think that's going to be awesome. And the best part is, if they come back, they will be able to be part of it too, and we'll just keep propagating this. In the event that Steampunk November happens, and they take me on, and I hope they take me on because I'm really not sure. I'm charging them nothing. Basically saying, get us in the door and give us a couple of seats at afternoon tea, and we're good. Then there will be like 3 or 4 people who have watched this show who will know that. I will play Fernando, and we will scare the heck out of the boothies, and that will be fun. Thank you all for hanging out with me again today. Those of you who are new, because I'm guessing I've got some folks who came over from the TFF show, because I had one yesterday, and they are telling their friends, and if they tell 2 friends, and they tell friends, if they tell 2 friends, and so on, that's empty, then I will eventually have even more of an audience. And I don't mind that at all, because the more of you that watch, the more justified I feel in doing this. Without you watching, what I do here is even harder to explain. It's true. So, we do live in a capitalistic society, so let's get this out of the way. Tip jars, PayPal, Venmo. Thank you to Robert, Rick, Emily, and Miranda for putting some cash in the bucket there. And thank you to my Party On, Party Down Patreon patron peeps. I'm reading it backwards. Lorene, Brian, Richard, BK, Relly, Alicia, Rob, Stephen, Ann, Linda, Shay, Teppo, Chris, Austin, Alexi, Joe, and Jen. Ha! Got them all. Your donations, that's right, if just one person shouts he's friendly and causes another audience member to pass beverage through their nose, we have done our job. Our work will be done for the day. Any money that comes in to the show through Patreon or the tip jars goes to making the show more technically astute and better equipping me to do this. I got nothing as far as the talent goes, but I can make the technology better. And I just keep practicing because in a lot of ways this show is a live rehearsal with online heckling. And I kind of dig that. You can find me over here on the internets at theadequate.com. I'm at theadequate on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. I'm Tobias the Adequate on TikTok and Tumblr. SoundCloud.com/Matthew-Laguerre. You can check out THUD Bucket. We have a new video out for the 4th video of our collection. It's only a 10-song album. We're going to run out of stuff to do sooner or later, but it's called Praise Hail Nothing, and it's the single most complicated piece of video I have ever done in my life. There was crying. And for a couple of times, I honestly thought the little computer I have over here was going to burst into flames. So, check it out. That's it, really. That's enough out of me. Thank y'all for hanging out with me once again. You brighten my day, and I hope that I improve yours. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to each other. Be careful. Be safe. Get your shots when you can. Continue to be safe. We will build up. When we hit 50%, we begin to crest that little hill of nerd immunity, and then suddenly it becomes safer for everybody, even if they don't or can't get a vaccine shot. The more of us that do get vaccinated, the less likely it is that other people will get it, and that's a big deal. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate that. Y'all have been wonderful. I am slightly caffeinated, but I've also been Tobias the Adequate. I thank you for encouraging my behavior. And I will see you guys next time. Aloha. Take care. See ya. Bye. I mean it. Thanks, really. I really should put